There's one part of Overwatch 2 that I feel like a lot of players have completely overlooked when transitioning into the new game, and it's easily one of the most impactful changes that they've made to the game, and yet I seem to hardly see any people at all really take advantage of this new feature. And that is the ping system. Now, the ping system in Overwatch 2 is just absolutely insane in what it allows you to do. They have it set up in a way that's able to convey so much information that you're putting yourself at a massive disadvantage by not using it properly. To start off with, you have the ping wheel, which has all of these different options on it. You can say attacking, defending, group up here, 3, 2, 1, etc., but those are all basically completely useless. The main strength of the ping system comes from pinging enemies and just how much information it gives when you do so. So when you ping an enemy that you can directly see and have line of sight to, the ping will remain fully solid in its appearance, and it will actually track the player as long as you have line of sight of them, constantly updating your team on where their positioning is as long as you can still see them after you've pinged them. And then if for any reason they were to go behind cover and break your line of sight, then the ping will transition to more of a faded color and also have a question mark over the character's icon to indicate that that was their last known position. Now, this sometimes works and it sometimes doesn't. I've tested it in the training range, and sometimes it will ping them again if you get back the line of sight to them, but sometimes it won't. It seems to be if you break a line of sight by going behind cover yourself and you're still looking at them, then it will reapply the ping that updates their location, but if they go behind cover, then it won't. But I've also had situations that it's the exact other way around, so no idea how exactly it works. It's very strange, but on a base level, if you can see them, it'll track them. And then if they go behind cover or break line of sight, then it'll leave a ping at their last known location. And while that may seem really strong in itself, just being able to give a live feed of where anyone on the enemy team is as long as you can see them, there's more to it that make it even stronger. The first is that it'll also update to show you the target's current health. When an enemy that you've pinged is below 50% health, then a yellow triangle with a skull on it will appear over their player icon in the ping. And then if they're critical, which is below 25% health, then it turns into a red diamond with a skull on it. So this can just be a good way to indicate that an enemy on the other team is low without needing to call them out, because normally, unless you deal damage to an enemy, you cannot see their health bar. But you can see the ping symbol, so if you see that, oh, the enemy on us low, you can ping that, and then if you have like a flanker, a tracer, or a Genji, they will be able to see, oh, that ping has a red diamond on it, which means that Ana has below 25% of her health left, so they can easily kill her even if they're a decent distance away. So the ping system eliminates the need for a lot of what communication used to be necessary for in Overwatch 1. Like in Overwatch 1, communicating was the #1 way to gain rank. Callouts were super important, especially calling out plays and what enemies are on low HP and what enemies to target, but the ping system can do all of that without you needing to say a single word, which a lot of people do just like to not say a single word. Even in Grandmaster and top 500 games, you will get so many games where nobody talks, not at all. And then more commonly, you'll get games where people all say hello at the start of the round and then go dead silent until you start losing, and then they start blaming each other, to put it lightly. But in addition, there's also some other weird interactions with the ping system with certain characters. For example, Zenyatta. Zenyatta, you can put your Orb of Discord on an enemy, and it will stay on them for a couple of seconds if they are behind a wall where you can't see them. Well, during this time where you can't see them and it's still on them, you can still ping them and it will give your team the little static ping that just shows their last known location. But even then, that's kind of really good that you can throw Discord on someone, and if you see them go and try and flank a certain direction, you can still ping them. You can just ping them through the wall as long as Discord is on them. It's very good. Sombra can do the same thing with her passive that lets her see enemies that are below 50% health. Your allies can't see those enemies, but you can ping them. It won't give them the live feed ping where it constantly updates their positioning, but it will just give you the static ping where it just shows where they last were. I'm sure there's also some characters that I'm forgetting about that can give that whole static ping through walls. Maybe Junker Queen can if she sticks someone with her knife. I have not tested that one yet. But yeah, some abilities just let you ping people through walls, which can also be incredibly strong if you Discord someone and then see that they're trying to go around to flank route or anything like that. If you throw Discord on a Widowmaker and then she drops behind a wall to hide from it, well, you can still ping her to the rest of your team so that they just know where the Widowmaker is. The ping system is one of the biggest counters to Widowmaker in the entire game, since all you have to do is ping her and now your entire team knows exactly where she is. You don't need to know callouts, you don't need to use your mic or anything. You just ping her and your entire team will be able to see, oh yeah, that over there, that's Widowmaker. I'm not gonna stand out in the open in front of that place. I'm gonna stay safe. Especially if you have a Widowmaker of your own or any counter snipers or any dive heroes, it makes it so much easier to fight against the Widowmaker just because you will know where she is. It's because of that I think that for supports at least, Brig is actually one of the better counters to a good Widowmaker because she has a shield that she can just go stand out in the open with her shield so she can't die to the Widowmaker, and then just ping her and just keep pinging her so that your team always knows where the Widowmaker is and can just play around her. But yeah, going to the last and probably the most helpful thing about the ping system that I do not think that anyone knows is that you can ping people after you die. Because some people might be thinking, oh well, I didn't know where the Widowmaker is, but then she killed me, but I can't ping her. But you can. If you press your ping button, which by default is your mouse wheel, I believe, on PC. Click in your mouse wheel after you died, it will automatically ping whoever killed you. It won't give you the live updating ping, but it will give you the static ping that just stays in one spot. This is incredibly powerful, and I do not think that even among the 1% of people that actually use the ping system, I don't think that a lot of them know that you can ping people after you die. And you can even do it multiple times in a row. Usually you can do it a couple of times before you're no longer able to ping anymore, but it is just an absurdly broken mechanic. It's so strong just in how much information it gives your team. And also one other thing you can do with the ping system that was actually added in a recent update that I'm sure a lot of people don't know about is you can actually ping your own abilities if they're on cooldown. So if you hold down the mouse wheel to pull up the whole ping wheel, as I'll call it. If you hold that up and then you press the ability key, so E or Shift by default, for an ability that's on cooldown right now, it will actually put in the team chat how many seconds before you get your ability back. Now, this is almost useful for like 90% of the characters in the game. I don't think that your team needs to know how long until your grapple hook gets back online as Widowmaker, but there are a few characters that can actually be really helpful on, such as Mercy and Resurrect. You can use that to tell your team how much longer before Resurrect is back online. It's the same with Baptiste and his Immortality Field. That's a very long cooldown that it can be useful to ping. Kiriko Suzu, maybe. Ana Sleep and Anti-Nade as well. So the one downside is that I think so many people don't know about it that they probably don't even notice if you do it in a lot of games. It's probably still something that you'd have to call out in voice just so people are aware that you're saying it, but it is still something that you can do with the ping system that is very interesting and can be very strong, especially if more people know about it and know to look out for ability pings in the team chat. So yeah, that's it for this video. I just wanted to make this to talk a bit about the ping system because I do believe it's very strong. And I see hardly anyone ever use it, especially some of the more secretive functions of it, like pinging people after you've died, or straight up pinging people through walls if you have Discord on them. So yeah, until next time, see ya.